we've come to a place in life where you really have to assess, why would I be in a room with someone I don't know, let alone in a room with 100 people I don't know, tightly packed together, if it's not essential, right? And you could say, well, are we ever going to go to a bar again? Yeah, because that's really essential for the environment and the atmosphere and the music and the drinks and the whole experience, right? But waiting in a waiting room for your private audition where you don't speak to the other actors because they're doing their thing, there's really no good reason for us to be doing that.
Yeah, and especially the whole setup, especially in LA. You know, most people spend their whole life driving from one side
driving
of town
around
to the other, looking for a
polluting the
space.
atmosphere. Yeah,
Cool. Like it's a ridiculous city in terms of transport. It's impossible to get around.
But even if you're not in that city, it's breaking down. Like I said, there's some things that require you to be in groups, right? Otherwise you can't do it. If you want to play a game of football, you've got to have 10 other players around you, right? But auditioning is a solo exercise anyway.
Generally, I mean, I suppose the point is, you know, with a lot of these big auditions, and you'd know, I mean, you were in True Blood, you were in Roots, you've done quite a few interesting parts, and from what I gather, you know, as you move through the audition sequence, and depending on the scope of the role, you certainly don't need the face-to-face early on. Down the line, you know, when they're matching up people, fair enough. But it's such a waste of time.
Testing, maybe, but I mean, very few roles. In fact, I can't actually remember a role where I've been matched up in the room, except in commercials where they're trying to pair you up with things. But yeah, I think if you're referring to like when you're going into like network tests and stuff, the people on the other side of the camera increases with each audition. Yeah. So yeah, you might be the casting associate first, then it's the director and producer, then you've got the whole network in there. But what I'm saying is my audition is still one-on-one, even if it's many. I don't need to be mingling with all the other actors. There's zero upside of that.
Yeah.
So when you look at what the downside is right now, the downside is getting sick. Well, the downside always was getting sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just never realized to what extent.
No, absolutely.
Right? And that's what I'm saying is our industry has always done things that way. And it's like, it doesn't make much sense to just be constantly in, even the fact of how long you spend doing it and waiting around and all that wasted time. Let alone if people are affected by there being other people around in terms of their performance or their self-esteem, you know?